Hello guys, MikuChibi here. In this video, I will show you how to reroll on Sword Online in the Factor on Android, iOS and Steam. I will also talk about what skill record you should aim for when you're rerolling. I will put a timestamp for each chapter so you can just jump to the one you are interested in. Rerolling will give you an advantage clearing story easier and have an easier to farm for your stuff such as Chaos Armor and Weapon series. With that, you're able to progress faster than other players that don't reroll, and you don't need to rely on doing with a party when you're doing old events such as Alicization. In my opinion, rerolling is only worth if you plan to play more competitively and like to grind a lot, and also clear harder content such as Kill Showdown, participate in UG or join high floor labyrinth parties. If you are more into being casual and like to do the story and enjoy the gameplay, then you don't need to reroll and can play whatever weapon you like to play, and hopefully you do look in every day and do your dailies to slowly progress and get your resource to level up your stuff. Rerolling on Sword Online in Factor is different compared to other gacha games that give you an option to reroll or give you a free 4-star that are useful. Sword Online Integral Factor is probably one of the hardest and most time consuming to reroll, so be prepared to waste your time on rerolling. When you start the game, you want to complete the tutorial until you have unlocked the gacha. After completing a few easy tutorials and you have interact with Argo to claim your 250 Arcane Gems, you will now have access to the gacha shop. For now, you can only pull on the 72-hour head start order and free 330 pulls. If you want to reroll on other banners, you have to progress further until you have enough to do step 1. Now, if you don't get the skill you want, this is how you reroll. I am unsure how it is on Android since I am an iPhone user, so I have talked to a few people on how they do it on Android, and there are two options: reinstalling and rename file name. For this method, you will need 2 Google accounts. Step 1. Download the game and start playing until you have access to the gacha. Step 2. If you didn't get the skill you were looking for, you go to your Android setting and log out from your Google account and log into your second Google account and then reinstall the app. With that, you have now a fresh account and repeat the process. Step 3. If you didn't get the skill, once again, you do the same as last time. Go to Android settings and log out and log into your first Google account and reinstall the app and repeat the process. This is a long method, but doing this will solve the issue where you get the same account every time you reinstall the game. Step 4. After you're done rerolling, you can create a transfer ID and password and also link your account with your Google and you're done. This method is old but should still work. Just make sure your Google Play game doesn't log in automatically or you will have the same account. Step 1. Download the game and start playing until you have access to the gacha. Step 2. If you didn't get the skill you were looking for, go to your file manager, Android, data, and then try to locate the SAOIF file, rename it the file by adding a letter or a number. Go back to the Sword Online app and clear the cache and data. Then you want to go back to the file manager and rename it back to its original name by removing the extra letter or the number that you added. Go back to the app or update the app and you should have a new account. Step 3. Repeat until you have the skill you want. Step 4. After you're done rerolling, you can create a transfer ID and password and also link your account with your Google and you're done. Thank you Aishi and Mercies for helping me with this. Unlike Android, you have to reinstall the game because we can't delete the data on iOS. If you're using an iOS device like me, I'm sorry. But what you can do is that you can download the game, and once you are done and are on the starting screen, you can go to the menu and transfer. From there, you want to make a transfer ID and password, write it down on a note paper, and then delete the game and reinstall it. Keep doing that till you have at least 5 or more transfer ID, depending how many times you want to reroll. Once you're done, you can stop and start the game. If you didn't get the skill you were looking for, you can just log out from that account and log into the next one with the other transfer ID. I do recommend saving them in case they get something good from the free polls, since you have 30 multis, 1 free per day. On Steam, you have easier to reroll compared to Android and iOS. When you have downloaded the game and played through the tutorial and done your polls, if you didn't get the skill record you wanted, step 1, you go to the in-game menu, System, return to the title. Step 2, then you go to Menu, Data Reset, and delete Play Data. With this, you will delete the old account if you didn't make any transfer ID. The game will make a new account for you without needing to re-download, so you can just play it normally. You play through the tutorial until you have access to the gacha and poll. If you don't get the skill that you want, you just repeat the same process. So I highly recommend Reroll on Steam if you have it on your computer. Once you have gotten the skill you want, you create a transfer ID and password, log in on your account on your phone by typing in the transfer ID and password, and you're pretty much done. Make sure there are no Arcana gems left, because switching from Steam to phone will delete your Arcana gems. So what skill do you want to aim for when you are rerolling? There are 2 standard banners that you want to reroll on, which are going to be the 72-hour headshot order and free 330 polls. On the 72 headshot order, you only need to do step 1 because the rest of the steps are not worth it. If you're wondering why it is not worth it, you can check my video where I go through and talk about it. Link to the video in the description down below. From the free polls, you just want to poll on it and hope that you get the 4-star. If you don't, at least you are getting more skill record. When you are rerolling, you want to aim for Mod Sword, Power Rise 3 and Full Burst Sword. Or if you want, you can also go for all 3, not really recommended. Mod Sword is a skill for Sword and it is really strong from early to end game. You have a chance to get it from the 72 head start order and free polls. Power Rise 3 is a passive or ability skill that gives you a high flat attack, which increases your damage on your skills. Power Rise 3 is also a flexible passive skill that you can use on any weapon and build, and you will use it on your endgame build as well. Full Burst Sword is just too strong right now and can clear most of the easy content with it. I have a list on what skill you want to aim for on each banner. From the 72-hour head start order, you want to get the Mod Sword skill record. If you don't know what mod skill is, you can check my guide on it, the video link in the description below. The reason why you want a Mod Sword is that Sword build has the easiest and the cheapest build to make and can compete with other weapon sets that require more time to build up. You have access to one of the best mod fodder for Sword for free. Here are the skills you want to aim for when you're rerolling. You can see on S tier, these are the good ones that are really good for hard content and for future content as well. These mod skills are good enough that you can use if you do get them. Then we have mod skills that are in bad but fine. They are fine, but when you're doing harder content, these skills are not really recommended to be used. On the extra lucky tier, this is just extra skill record if you somehow manage to get. Piercing Hero Kirito, really good support skill. Night of Resources Alice, it is a good mod fodder for your mod skill, so this one will work perfectly with your mod skills. And then extreme hardcore rerolling, we do have 2 skills that are really strong together, but it is harder time to get them. So I do not really recommend it unless you are somehow extremely really lucky and get both of them. So S tier and good enough are the mod sword you want to aim for when you are rerolling. From the free 330 pulls, you can take any skill record that you receive from it since it is free. Though, if you don't care about mod sword but still want to be strong, you can aim for Power Rise, a passive skill. You can check this video on why Power Rise 3 is strong. Video link is in the description down below. And these are the Power Rise you can get from the free pulls. Good overall, basically they can be flexible. Specific build, basically they require to be a specific build. For example, if you're playing with this Yuki here, this you want to play around Holy build, and for Koharu you want to be focus on Water build. And then do not get this Vecta. This Power Rise is really bad, so don't get him. Just get the other ones, they are good. You can also reroll for a full burst sword skill, which is really strong as of 2024 and is currently the meta. Though there is only one full burst sword right now, which is the Man of the Lead Kirito that you can get from the free pulls. Keep in mind that it is on a low rate to get the Power Rise and the full burst, so it will take a while. By a while, I mean a long time. So I will recommend keeping some of the accounts and keep doing the free pulls each day just to see if you get either Power Rise 3 or a full burst sword in any of the accounts. Since we do get different and new banners every week, every month, and you as a viewer that are watching right now might be watching from another time, every banner is going to be different. I will then try to reroll on any banner that offer you a featured Power Rise passive, mod sword or full burst sword. For example, these banners. They have a higher chance to get them compared to the free pulls. But rerolling these, that means you have to progress a little bit further to gather more Arcane gems. And that is how you reroll on Sword Online in the Factor. If you do have any question regarding to rerolling, let me know in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. That's for me, thank you guys for watching, see you guys next time, take care now and bye bye.